Welcome to the Red Bull Ring, where it is the most gorgeous day in which to kick off the 2020 World Championship. Now, you're joining us for what would normally be the driver's parade, but there's no lorry this time due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We're doing things a little bit differently. We're going to have a little stroll down pit lane, and we're going to start here at Red Bull because they've got a pit stop practice coming up and it's about to get very noisy. And you may recognize this man here behind the mask. It's Alex Albon. Alex, you're starting today fifth. Just first of all, give us a little resume of how qualifying went.
Okay, yeah, not too bad. It was looking okay, looking good actually after Q2, but then yeah, Q3 run one wasn't great in terms of driving. A couple of places to improve, and also this track is a bit like the slipstream here, and then run two obviously with Bottas, we couldn't do a lap, so it was okay. P5, we're in the mix, and yeah, we'll be trying to hunt down them Mercedes.
Hunt down the Mercedes. Now, your teammate's starting on the medium tyre, but you're going to be on the soft tyre. Given these hotter conditions today, how do you think is that going to play out? Is it going to be harder for you?
Yeah, I think, yeah, in the end, obviously with the soft tyre at the beginning of the race, we will have the early pace advantage, but then most probably there will be a turning point there where Max will be quicker than the others around him. It is hot. It's a lot hotter today than it was when we did our FP2 running, so that will be a factor as well. But yeah, I think more or less everyone will have quite a similar strategy. So apart from Max, so it will be kind of yeah borderline, and it's more about trying to find a clear gap with the cars behind you.
All right. Well, look, good luck with that. Go well today, Alex. Now we're going to head just down here now, where Max Verstappen is joining us. Max, how are you, my man?
Very good, very good.
It is a beautiful day for a motor race, but let's talk about yesterday first. P3, quite a big gap to those Mercedes in front of you.
Yeah, I know, but what can we do about it?
Well, what can you do about it today? You're on a different tyre strategy. I suppose you had to roll the dice, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I mean, I felt more comfortable on that tire. It's going to be warmer today, so I just hope that will work for us. It's always, difficult to say now, but yeah, we are confident that we can do a good job. If it's enough to beat them, I don't know, but we'll definitely try as hard as we can.
Now, in terms of overtaking places here, because you did a lot of that at this race last year, turn 3, is that the best place?
It depends on what tire you are, how far in the race you are, so I don't know. Turn 3 is a nice one, but it can also be turn 4. If the guy makes a mistake out of the last corner, it can be turn 1 as well. So.
All right, now look, final thoughts from you. We're behind closed doors, there's no crowd. I think your Orange Army is probably watching this. A few words in your own language, please, down the barrel. What do you got to say to them?
Ja, natuurlijk jammer dat jullie er niet bij kunnen zijn. Maar ik hoop natuurlijk dat we er een mooie, spannende race van kunnen maken. En dat iedereen het naar zijn zin heeft.
Great stuff, Max. Good luck today. So that is Max Verstappen, the pit stop practice. Let's head down here. It's about to take place there. We're going to go up to the world champions now, to Mercedes. As you can see, just ahead of us, we've got the FIA technical guys. Just taking a look at what's going on down at Ferrari. All of the grid trolleys being prepared now. It's a really tense time. Just 2 hours from now, the 2020 World Championship is going to be underway. It's all looking very different. And as you can see, it's actually quite difficult to breathe through these face masks. You can sort of see it going in and out. But anyway, there we go. Let's join the world champion now. Lewis Hamilton, great to see you. So, this is season 14 for you. You're embarking, it's the start of the championship.
Thanks.
You look as young as ever, but just tell us about your motivation coming into this one.
Well, the great thing with this, the mask and the glasses and the hat, is you can't tell how old I am, which is great. But it's obviously been an interesting year, and there's many sides of it that haven't been great, but there are. I always try and look at the positives and try and find positives in all scenarios. So this is given, personally, it's time to train differently, spend more time on other things that perhaps I wouldn't have had time in my life, and What I am really grateful though is to be back racing, because this is at the core of who I am. This is what I love doing. But we were also in the midst of a time where we're fighting together with so many people around the world for equal rights for all human beings, because we're all the same. So it's a really powerful. Who would have thought 2020 would be this devastating, but then also this impactful? We're out today as a team to try and continue on this race for perfection that we're constantly facing every year. We're always trying to push the barrier, and it's great to see Mercedes constantly raising the bar.
Definitely raise the bar. Have you been surprised by your pace advantage over the rest of the field?
Yeah, I mean, people would say they're not surprised, but for us, of course, we go to testing and we go along our own program. There are people that do different fuel loads, so it's always very, very difficult to nitpick who exactly is where, just how quick we all are. But we knew that we had a good car, and we'd managed to improve it on some plans. But of course, we didn't know how close it would be, or whether or not we would have this gap. And it obviously is incredible to see the gap that we have with a half a second. It's really down to this incredible group of people behind us, back at the factory, who won't take no for an answer, and really are on that thinking process of just always wanting to push the boundaries, push the limits. We've created DAS, for example, this year, which is, again, thinking out of the box. And that's something we are great as a team, and that's why we are the #1 team, and I don't see that changing anytime soon.
But is there still a sense of relief on a Saturday evening like last night, when you've gone and locked out the front row for the first time since Silverstone last year? Everything we saw in testing has actually translated into reality.
I mean, I can't speak for the other guys, but for me, I don't look at it like that. I think about, okay, how could we have been quicker? And I'm pretty sure that's how we all think within the team. They can be proud of the fact that we have that gap, but that gap can be quickly eaten up if we don't stay on it, stay focused. So we just never look up and take a breather. We just keep going, keep our heads down, no matter what that gap is. It could, the other guys could be working on, their own special device or their next upgrade, and it could easily change during this time. And it isn't a given. Just because we got that pace doesn't mean you still have races to finish. It's hotter than ever today, so there's still massive demands on the driver, but particularly the car, and on the team in terms of their process and strategy and all those kind of things. So the job's not done. So there is no relief within the team. We are still hugely focused. There is a lot of pressure continued put on by ourselves as a team wanting to win, but also with those other things that can penetrate our pretty strong shields.
Now, you obviously want to win as a team, but you want to win as Lewis Hamilton as well. What do you got to do to beat your teammate who's on pole?
That is a good question. This is a really strong track for this dude over here. This is, a place that he's been very, very strong in the last few years, and he did a fantastic job yesterday. In these conditions, it's very, very hard. It's not the most exciting track in the sense of, it is a track we always do a one-stop strategy, which is probably less exciting for fans. There's not that many opportunities. Even though we have these long straights, it's not easy to follow, so then even to be in the DRS zone is not easy. So it's going to be a very, very tough race. There will be probably only two real opportunities, possibly three, but that create an opportunity for you to try and attack, and it's not that easy to get by a Finn. So, but I'll be doing my best, and the ultimate goal, ultimately, is for us to solidify and get a 1-2 as a team. So that's what we will be working towards primarily, but of course I want to win.
All right, well, good luck with that. Thanks for your time,
Thank you.
Lewis. Let's go and chat to the flying Finn. The other flying Finn, there seem to have been a lot of them in Formula One over the years. Valtteri, many congratulations on that pole position yesterday. How much satisfaction did it give you?
For sure, every pole gives you a lot of satisfaction, and especially when it's start of the season and the first session that it really counts. I was really pleased to get a pole, and of course it's only my 12th in my career, so it's not that it's been happening so much, but so yeah, I was really happy, and gives a really good confidence already for the whole season ahead.
Now, before you went off on your second run of Q3, a lot of people wanting to know, were you up or down on your previous lap?
I was up. I think it was 110 and a bit. So, but it's good. I have some margin to improve for next week.
Okay, of course, that's the advantage of coming back. We've got the double header, haven't we?
Indeed.
You made an absolutely brilliant start here a couple of years ago. You seem to go very well at this track. If you were to rate your chances, how much would you say, what are your chances of winning this afternoon?
I think there's, of course, a great chance, and it's going to be up to me. I think Lewis is going to be the main opponent today, and knowing him, he's always going to try his best to win as well. But obviously, I have the advantage on starting from the pole, and if I manage to keep my position in the beginning, then I could try and control the race. So obviously, when you start from pole, only winning is going to be enough, and I think it's going to be a really, really interesting afternoon, at least for two of us. And I think in race pace, it's going to be closer with some other teams than it was yesterday.
All right. Well, we can't wait for it to get underway. Look, thank you very much, Valtteri. Very good luck this afternoon. Right. So that's the two Mercedes guys, both very confident. Lewis very much playing the team game there. Let's head down to Ferrari now, where it was a harder day at the office for the guys. They were, 9/10 slower here than they were last year. Are we going to do you together, or are we going to do you separately, guys? Together. Well, let's start with last year's pole man here. A much more difficult day this time around. Just talk us through it.
Yeah, well, it was a more difficult day yesterday, and it's going to be a more difficult weekend, but we did our best yesterday. Today in the race, anything is possible. There won't be any miracles. We won't be up there fighting with Mercedes, but we'll try to make a good start, a good strategy, and hopefully we can go a bit further in the standing.
Now, Charles, I've already said that you were 9/10 slower yesterday than you were last year. Where does the car feel different compared to 2019?
Well, we are just lacking overall performance, to be honest, for now. So we just need to find speed overall. So yeah, we need to work hard. The balance feels quite good, actually, even probably better than last year in qualifying. But we are just too slow at the moment.
And do you expect to be more competitive in the race?
I think we will be better in the race. Whether it will be a big step or not, this we'll see later on. I don't think there will be a huge difference, but I think we are more optimistic for the race pace, yes.
All right, thank you, Charles. Sebastian, let's come to you now, starting P11. It's been a while since we've seen you out in Q2. It felt very unfamiliar. Just talk through qualifying, first of all, from your point of view.
Well, it was a bit shorter than normal, so yeah, I would have loved to obviously get to Q3, but we were 10th and 11th, so one of us had to go. I wasn't exactly happy with how the car felt throughout qualifying. I think the weekend up to qualifying was a bit better, but I'm confident that in the race we should have a better car. So as Charles said, expect no miracles, but expect that we are going to fight, and we are going to try everything we can to fight the midfield up and fight our way up as much as we can.
You've got free tyre choice, starting 11th. Given the hotter conditions, go on, give us a secret. Medium tyre to start?
Well, we'll see. Obviously, that's the only thing I can hope for now, that it's going to be an advantage to start with, and then let's see what we can do with strategy to help us get back up.
All right. Good luck today, guys. Thanks for your time. Essere Ferrari, they have written on their face masks, and they're going to need plenty of that, aren't they? Now, pit stop practice is underway, so this is... whose car is that? That's Sebastian's car. You might notice that there's a Forza Alex sign, hashtag Forza Alex. That's Alex Zanardi, who raced in Formula One in the 90s, went on to have great success in Champ Car as well. He had a terrible accident 3 weeks ago in a hand cycle race. So we wish him a swift recovery. So that's the Red Bull pit stop practice, but we've done these guys. We're going to head on now down to McLaren. Where are the guys? Brilliant day yesterday for McLaren. Actually, if we go this way, Speedy, we'll see. We're going to go to the pit wall this time. Am I allowed on the pit wall with you guys? Let's do you together. Let's start with Lando. What a day yesterday. You're lining up P4, Just talk us through it.
Talk us through it. Pretty average lap. Yeah, pretty average. Plenty left on the table. Should have been pole.
Should have been
Pretty
pole
much.
position.
Yeah.
I agree.
End off. No, I mean, we were all really happy, the whole team. I think, as I said, we weren't expecting to be as high up as what we were. We're not out of position, but I think we have a good strength in our qualifying pace, and we're maybe not quite as strong come the race. So it's going to be a long race. It's going to be difficult with a lot of quicker cars behind us.
Are they doing that on purpose?
Yeah. With a lot of quick cars behind us, but I think we're happy with our job yesterday. It's another job today, so we'll have to take it one step at a time and see what we can do.
Lando, in terms of lap time, did you outperform the team's expectations yesterday?
I wouldn't say, maybe a little bit, but not a lot. I think we knew the track was going to improve. We're obviously taking down the fuel load. The power goes up a little bit. So we knew what lap times we could almost achieve, but we just expected more to come from some of the other teams, such as Ferrari and the pink Mercedes. So, yeah, I think we weren't massively shocked, but it was just more surprised that the others didn't improve as much as what we thought. But we had good confidence and belief in our own pace and what we could achieve. So, yeah, I don't know. We're still a bit in the unknown. It's the first race of the season, so we don't know what to expect in the first race, but we'll find out in a couple hours.
Not long to find out. Carlos, you're starting P8, a little bit behind this guy yet. Were you happy with your car yesterday?
Well, not very happy with how yesterday went, obviously. Quite disappointed to not be a bit closer to Lando than I would have liked. But we're starting P8, the race is today. I think Lando did a really good job yesterday, so we need to give him a prize for the lap that he put together. And from my side, just nothing. Learn from what it went wrong yesterday, that were a few things. And today, make sure I get the race pace and the strategy right and enjoy our time back racing.
Carlos, can you put some flesh on the bone as to where it went wrong for you yesterday relative to Lando? When you go through the data, where was he quicker?
Yeah, so honestly, a whole weekend I've been struggling a bit with high-speed balance. I don't have the feel that Lando has with the car at the moment in high speed, so in mainly the second part of the lap. So I've been struggling a bit there. And sorry, when it came to qualifying, I didn't really put a lap together. I think I should have been within a tenth of Lando, even with the problems I had, but I just didn't put a good lap together.
Great. And if you could just, a little summary in Spanish for us, straight down the barrel.
En español. Sí, hoy estoy mejor. Ayer fue un día un poco difícil para mí, no muy contento de cómo fue la calificación, pero hoy es el día de la carrera, las cosas pueden cambiar y estoy muy motivado. Nada, a ver qué tal va el ritmo de carrera. Es una carrera diferente a la que solíamos correr el año pasado por las nuevas circunstancias y donde están el resto de los equipos, pero yo creo que podemos disfrutar de un buen domingo de carreras.
Gracias, Carlos.
Gracias.
It's behind closed doors. Quick message from both of you to all the fans watching this who can't be here in person today.
I don't know. Yeah, sorry you can't be here, but we're doing our best to put on a good show. We will do that come the race in a little while. And I hope to see you all soon. I hope you're enjoying it, even though you're not at the actual racetrack. But yeah, I hope to see you all soon.
Yeah, I pretty much say the same words. It's just I would like to add that today we're racing probably also for those who suffered most the coronavirus and all the deaths that this pandemic has caused. I know some people went through some very tough times, and we're trying to put a good show to probably make them forget a bit the bad times and make the fans enjoy a bit Formula One racing again. So yeah, yes, I want to remember all those guys who suffered a bit more.
Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Lando. Lovely words there. Let's head on down the pit lane now, Speedy. We got the Renault. We can watch a Renault pit stop practice now. Where are the drivers? Oh no, we're not going to be able to watch it because the drivers are on the pit wall. Here we go. Esteban Ocon, Daniel Ricciardo, let's have you together. It seems wonderful. You're allowed to be together because you're in the same bubble as we talk about here. So guys, Daniel, let's start with you. Let's go. Lining up 10th. You seem pretty pleased yesterday after qualifying.
Yeah, I think I heard your question.
It's all going mad down here in the pit lane now. Engines, pit stop practice, but have a keep talking. Hang on, we're just going to have to hold. We have a mic issue. So these guys 10th and for Daniel and 14th for Esteban. Esteban's first Grand Prix for 18 months, first Grand Prix since Abu Dhabi at the end of 2018. Of course, he was the test and reserve driver for Mercedes-Benz last year, but he's back racing, and I think we are now back talking. Let me hold my microphone at a very long arm's length. Daniel, yesterday, P10.
Yes, so thank you. It's been, I think it's been a good weekend. You know, it was nice to just get back out here, get racing again. Obviously we haven't raced yet, but get competing, you know, qualifying. There was still, you know, like that adrenaline and all that going through quali. Obviously it's different circumstances here, but as a driver, you still felt all the same feelings. So it was cool. Really excited to race now, see what we got.
And hopefully you're going to race better than you did here last year. Do you feel this car, the RS20's got more potential than 2019's car?
Absolutely. You know, I felt it straight away on Friday. And yeah, I think we're going to be all right. We're contending with a lot of noise right now, but I'm looking forward to it. I think we'll be good.
Well, we can hear you. Thanks for that, Daniel. Esteban, welcome back. It's been a while. It's fab to have you back on the grid. Little bit of distance to your teammate yesterday. Just talk us through the session. You're starting 14th.
Yeah, for sure. It was not a fantastic session. Of course, you know, we wanted to do better. There was a lot of little details that we could have done better. We'll have another chance to qualify again next week, which is good. But now today is another day. You know, today is racing, and it will be my first race since a while. So I'm kind of, you know, just enjoying the moment, enjoying coming back to it, and yeah, getting back to a Grand Prix grid is just a fantastic feeling.
You're enjoying the moment, but are you a little bit more rusty coming into this one because it's been 18 months? And are you a little bit more nervous because of that?
I'm not more nervous, that's for sure. I've been a lot more nervous when I didn't have a contract, so that's a lot more relaxed now. But you know, time will tell if I still have it or not.
Great. And Esteban, just a few words in French, straight down the barrel to your fans.
Yeah. What did you want? Sorry, I didn't hear.
Just en français, s'il vous plaît.
En français. En français. Bah écoutez, ça fait vraiment plaisir d'être bien sûr revenu sur une grille en Grand Prix. C'est sûr qu'hier ça n'était pas le retour qu'on aurait voulu. Mais voilà, aujourd'hui c'est un autre jour. C'est la course. Donc voilà, j'ai hâte de juste prendre part au Grand Prix. On va tout faire pour remonter, ça c'est sûr. Donc voilà, suivez-nous et puis on se tient au courant après la course.
Merci, Esteban. Good luck today. So that's the two Renault drivers. It is really warm here. 29 degrees. I can't remember if I said that at the top. And still climbing. Now, Speedy, if you turn around, you'll just see we've got some Racing Point mechanics warming up. Just a couple of grid garages away from us. But before we get to them, we're heading to Alpha Tauri. Their drivers starting 12th and 13th today. They seem to own that bit of the grid. Seems to be where they were most of the time last year, 12th and 13th. No sign of any drivers yet, but a couple of things to look out for here. This used to be Toro Rosso, of course, now Alpha Tauri. Clothing company, I believe, owned by Dietrich Mateschitz, the boss of Red Bull. Different livery, beautiful, clean white livery on the cars this year. And you can see a couple of racing drivers coming our way. I think you can come a bit closer. Danny, come in. Let's have you together. We have the boom mic. I hope you can hear me. It's been very noisy in the pit lane, but Pierre, let's start with you. 12th on the grid today. Just talk us through the session, first of all, yesterday.
Yeah, I think we're pretty happy with after yesterday's qualifying. We had a difficult Friday. We knew it would be quite challenging for us coming here after winter test. And then, yeah, we actually performed better than we expected. So both cars in Q2, we start 12th and 13th, which is not a bad position to fight for the top 10 today. And obviously very excited for the first one of the year.
How does it feel after such a long break to finally be getting racing again? I mean,
Well,
is the level of excitement greater?
I mean, it's the best thing you can do in life in my eyes. So, you know, like obviously I was really a lot of energy, a lot of preparation and a lot of excitement coming here. And yeah, especially, you know, going in qualifying, low fuel, soft tire, full engine mods. No, it was great. So yeah, obviously we'd like to be faster. We'd like to fight for Q3s. At the moment, I don't really think we have the potential because others have improved a lot. But yeah, we'll work for it for the next few races.
Great stuff. And a few words in French, please.
Yeah. Same questions.
Whatever you feel you'd like to say to your French audience.
Du coup, très, très excité pour cette première course. On a eu une bonne qualif hier, mieux que ce qu'on pensait après un vendredi difficile et des tests hivernaux un peu compliqués. Donc on s'attendait à souffrir un petit peu et au final on arrive à aller en Q2, on se qualifie 12e derrière Vettel et sa Ferrari. Et voilà, on est à 2 positions du top 10. Donc pour l'instant, c'est un peu compliqué pour nous en qualif, mais on va travailler pour améliorer la voiture sur les prochaines courses. Et pour aujourd'hui, on va tout donner. J'espère qu'on va pouvoir aller chercher et se bagarrer pour le top 10.
Merci. Yeah, thank you very much for that. Let's come on to Danny now. Danny, talk us through your session yesterday. You're starting 1 place behind your teammate.
Yeah, it was a decent session yesterday. I think I didn't put it up together everything, but all in all I was quite happy with the position that we start from is okay and we can fight from there for the good points. So hopefully we will be able to do it today.
It's the shortest lap of the year in terms of time. Is there added pressure? Is it that much harder to put a perfect lap together here?
I think in a way, yes, I think it's true. There are fewer corners here, so every corner you lose a bit of rhythm. It can cost you a lot of lap time and rhythm, so yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why it's harder to put it up together here. Yeah.
And you've got the new Honda engine in the back of your car, the Phase 2. Is it noticeably different to the one you had in winter testing?
I didn't feel much difference, but it's important that the engineers feel the gains and that they see that the engine is working properly. That's the more important part, and so far I think everyone has been happy.
Brilliant. Now, one thing, during lockdown, you were doing a lot of boxing. Give us a little jab.
Sorry?
Don't hit me, but can you just give us a little jab? Show us your skills. Come on, you're better than that. Danny, final word in, I was going to say in your own language. You speak so many of them, but Russian, yeah. Please.
Just what do you want me to say?
Whatever you'd like to say,
okay.
Just ahead of the race.
Квалификация прошла довольно хорошо, мы готовы к гонке. Мы надеемся, что мы сможем побороться за очки. Сегодня будет 71 круг в гонке, поэтому мы должны оставаться терпеливыми, хорошо выбрать стратегию. Я думаю, что у нас есть шанс побороться за хорошие позиции.
Great stuff. Thank you very much, Danny. Have a good race today. So we're heading towards the noise. Racing Point doing some pit stop practice. I'm guessing we're going to speak to their drivers on the pit wall to get away from the noise, but that is the new RP20. Sensationally quick all weekend here. Drivers starting 6th and 9th on the grid for this Austrian Grand Prix, and I can see a couple of racing drivers over here. Hey guys, how are you? Good to see you. Let's have a socially distanced chat. Do you want to, let's go down a bit. Or do you want to come to the pit wall? Checo, come to the pit wall. Or maybe down here. Mind you, we're just going towards the noise at Alfa Romeo now, but anyway. Okay. Well, Checo, let's start with you. You've got both cars in the top 10 here in Austria. Just how excited are you about the potential of the RP20?
Yeah, I'm really, really excited and really looking forward for today. I think it's been a fantastic weekend all in all. I mean, all the way until qualifying, we were always P5 in every single session, in the top 5. So, yeah, I think we are in a great place. We should be having a good race, but the most important thing is to finish the race with both cars and score as many points as possible. It's going to be probably a short championship, so we need to make it count every single weekend.
Okay, the guys coming out again, but you only did the one run in Q3 yesterday afternoon. Had you had a second opportunity, do you think there was more time to get?
Yeah, I think there was a bit more in it. Car is performing well. The McLaren time was difficult to beat, obviously, but I mean, I matched with Albon. I did exactly the same lap time as he did before, so certainly yes, I think there was a bit better to do, but it's a good starting position for us.
Now, Checo, this team has had both cars in Q3 many times before. Just go back, you don't have to go back very many years. Is this different with this car? Does it feel different?
It is. I think we've never been so competitive throughout the weekend. P1, P2, P3, we are always there, you know, in the mix. So it's just different, and yeah, just looking forward for the season to start. I'm sure everyone at home is very excited.
What can you do today?
I will be very happy if I improve my starting position in the race.
Okay, well, look, wish you the best of luck with that.
Thank
Please, can we just have a few words in Spanish, please, straight down the bell?
Sí, estoy contento ya de que empieza la temporada. Estoy seguro que muchos de ustedes están en casa muy ansiosos del inicio, con muchas ganas, ¿no?, de ver deporte, de levantarnos con una motivación extra, ¿no?, y el tener una carrera. Espero darles una gran alegría el día de hoy. Tenemos un coche competitivo que creo que hoy podemos dar una buena carrera. Tengo mucha confianza. Todo el fin de semana hemos estado ahí peleando dentro de los 5 primeros, entonces yo creo que en la carrera tiene que ser lo mismo.
Great stuff. Thank you, Checo. Have a good race today. Lance, just the one Q3 appearance for you last year, and bam, first race of this season, you're straight in. How much confidence does that give you?
Well, the car has been great, so it's much easier.
Much easier, but, you know, are you pleased with your qualifying performance yesterday, or do you feel that you left a little bit out on the table, on the racetrack?
I was really happy with the first couple sessions in qualifying, Q1 and Q2. We were there, and it was looking really good. I think we were P4 in Q1 and then dropped down to P5 for Q2. In Q3, I think the balance of the car maybe slipped away a little bit from us, and weren't able to extract the most out of it. So yeah, I think we lost out a couple positions, but very happy to be back in Q3. It goes to show the car's really competitive. I mean, it's great to see both cars in Q3. So it'll be a long race this afternoon, and yeah, let's try and score some good points.
Long race. How is the long run pace of the car? Do you expect to be even more competitive in the race?
I expect it to be a very tight race between us, Ferrari, McLaren, Red Bull. So we'll see what happens.
Great stuff. Good luck with that. Thank you for your time, Lance. Let's bounce straight on to the Alfa Romeo drivers who are ready and waiting. Antonio Giovinazzi, Kimi Räikkönen. Guys, let's start with you. Antonio, you qualified 18th. A difficult day at the office, though, I think sums it up pretty well. Is that right?
Yeah, it was a difficult day yesterday. The pace wasn't there, and I think to go to Q2 was just possible with a special lap. I did a mistake in the last push. We were a little bit on the traffic, so difficult. But I think our race pace was better on Friday than the quali pace. So we need to just do a good start. After a long time, we don't race. Will be really difficult the first 2 corners, so we'll see. After that, we need to just have a good pace and have the best result for the team.
Thanks, Antonio. It's going to be intense. Good luck in the race. Kimi, coming to you. You guys were a second or so slower yesterday than you were in 2019. Where does the car feel different?
Well, this is a different car, but yeah, we are far from where we want to be, but yeah, we'll see what we can do today, and then we go from there and you know, try to learn and try to do better than next weekend. But yeah, obviously know what we want to do.
do you expect to be more competitive in the race?
We'll find out very soon.
Okay, good luck with that, Kimi. Thank you very much. Now, we're getting down towards the back end of the pit lane. That's the Alfa Romeo guys. You can see these trolleys. The grid will open very shortly. The mechanics rush out. Don't feel envious of the mechanics in their overalls. It's very, very warm. We've arrived down at Haas now. Romain Grosjean snuck into Q2 yesterday. Kevin Magnussen, who qualified 5th last year at this racetrack, unfortunately knocked out in Q1. And Williams, have we got any Williams drivers down here? George Russell got to within 700ths of a second yesterday of getting into Q2. It will happen, you sense it will happen. No Williams driver made it through to Q2 in the whole of 2019. But I'm just trying to get lots of finger pointing going on. I think we're heading to Haas first. Yes, there's Romain Grosjean and Kevin Magnussen. Here they are, guys. Thanks for coming to join us. Both of you together. Romain, let's start with you. You snuck your way into Q2. How would you sum up yesterday's session?
Yeah, I mean, we went okay. You know, we've known since winter testing that our qualifying pace was not as good as we were hoping for, but the race pace has been generally better. So, you know, trying to get one Renault in Q2 was quite fun, and happy with that. So, yeah, we just keep our heads down, we keep working, and we're hoping that today it's a better day.
Is the pecking order up and down this pit lane pretty much as you were expecting after pre-season testing?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe McLaren a touch better than we were seeing them, but the rest, it's in line with what we saw, so no big surprise there. I think the race pace may change a little bit, which can bring a good race.
Let's hope we have a great race. Romain, thank you very much. Kevin, coming to you. It's been a year is a long time in Formula One. You qualified 5th here last year. Just how different is this race car compared to what you were in last year?
Well, it's very different car. Last year we were able to do very good in qualifying, but then come the race we would always struggle a lot. So we've tried to turn that around. Of course, we didn't intentionally take any qualifying performance away from the car, but it seems we're not as competitive in qualifying as last year, and yeah, hopefully we can do better in the race. Hopefully we have a car that we're able to fight all the way through the race that will be better on the tires, and yeah, that you can you know, score points with rather than good qualifyings.
Well, I mean, after the long runs in FP1 and FP2, are you confident that this car is more consistent than last year?
Yeah, I would say it felt a lot different on Friday compared to last year in long runs. The rear is a lot stronger, but you know, today is the real test. I mean, today we'll get to see how the car is in hot conditions on a track that we struggled at last year. So it's going to be very interesting.
It is indeed. Good luck in the race, guys. Thanks for coming to see us. Not long to go now, just under an hour and a half. And last but very much not least, let's head to Williams and George Russell and Nicholas Latifi. And I'm just going to quickly remind myself. Okay, guys, George, let's start with you. So close to Q2. Again, it felt like Hungary last year in a way. How pleased were you after qualifying?
Very pleased. I mean, ahead of this weekend, I wasn't expecting to be within a couple of tenths of the guys around me. Also, Saturday morning, our guys predicted we'd be about 3 tenths from Q2. So the fact we was only half a tenth away was really promising. And you know, a lot of guys have mentioned about the slipstream and effects. We had no slipstream at all, and I think I lost a couple of tenths there. So relatively promising.
Oh, could have been done by the sounds of it. Look, what about the race? Do you think you've got a decent race car underneath you this afternoon?
Well, Friday afternoon, that's what I was saying. I thought we had a better race car than we did a qualifying car. So, you know, we're ahead of both Alphas. We've got the Haas's just ahead of us, who I think are similar pace. So, you know, I'll be giving it everything on the opening laps to try and get ahead and keep them behind me.
All right, well, look, good luck with that. And Nicholas, you are our only rookie on the grid this year. Just how excited are you about getting on that grid just an hour and a half's time?
Yeah, super excited. I mean, it's slowly been building. It's been building over the past
112 days has been mentioned many times before, quite a long build-up. So yeah, we're finally here, it's race day, and I just really can't wait for the lights to go out.
Look, and just quickly sum up qualifying for you yesterday. How did it go?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't make it easy for myself with the off I had in FP3. I mean, I pretty much didn't really set any representative laps going into qualifying. So with that in mind, you know, the result in qualifying and the relative pace, I was quite pleased with considering the situation. So, you know, by no means was it the maximum. I was still leaving margin in some areas, still places I know I could have improved, not doing mistakes, some things with the car. So, yeah, considering I was only 3/10 so still to the next guy, or whatever, 6/10 to George. I think there's plenty to build on going into next weekend.
And actually, it's interesting coming back to the same racetrack next week, isn't it? You've got a benchmark.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's one of the unique things. And literally, as soon as qualifying finished, I was like, I just want to fast forward into next week qualifying right away, because you know what I learned in this weekend, I just want to put it back into effect and try and go again.
All right, Nicholas, have a great race. Good luck this afternoon. Thanks for your time. So that's it. Those are our 20 gladiators this afternoon. The race kicking off at 3:10 local time here in Austria.